their social security is now being used because it is a saving for investments in their countries. For your information, the social security of Tanzania just bought a building in Abai, in Kenya. Sisi bado tunaweka na mimi.
So that you know. So in 2023,
I called all the stakeholders, including my friend Atwoli, who had taken us to court. And I told Atwoli, this has to stop. We finally pulled the issues out of court. Now, every Kenyan is paying 6% of their salary to NSSF, and every employer is paying 6% of their salary, of their, is contributing another 6% to NSSF. We don't know what has happened, but I'll tell you. From independence up to 2023, we had raised 320 billion. For 60 years. For 60 years, we have raised 320 billion. In 2 years, from 2023 to now, we have raised 270 billion. That is the difference between 200 shillings and 6%. By the end of this year, by God's grace, we will have doubled our social security funds from 320 billion, which we raised for 60 years. In 2.5 years, we will have doubled it to 600 billion. And I wanted to go check the numbers. You know, by 2027, we will have 1 trillion shillings saved. By 2027. Tell me what is going to happen in 15 years. Tell me what is going to happen in 20 years. And for your information, the money we are going to borrow from China and all these other places are savings of those people. You know, we refuse to save. That is why we are going to borrow other people's savings. And in return, we have to pay very punitive interest rates because it's their money. It's their saving. So, and this good man, because he works for Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, which is actually owned by Asian countries, including China. In fact, I think the biggest shareholder of the Chinese. Yeah. So he understands. So we have to change the savings culture in Kenya. And we have to institutionalize. And that is what some of the people who are saying all this money is harassing us, you know, our nation. But you see, Kenya is assessed as among, I think, number 90 in the countries that have serious old age poverty. Because if you save 200 shillings, when you retire after 40 years of working, you are given 70,000. 70,000 will last you maybe 2-3 months, and then you degenerate into poverty, you die. So, just so that you understand the power of what Lynn said, that cooperatives helps us mobilize savings. So as cooperatives help us mobilize savings, we must also mobilize savings using other alternative means. Statistics. China, the reason why they have developed is that savings as a percentage of GDP in China is 55%. 55%. Savings as a percentage of GDP in Kenya is between 8 and 10. That's the difference. So, my plan is to push savings as a percentage of our GDP at least to 25%. That way, we will have enough savings for us to begin to moderate the interest rates that banks are charging. We can have more money being borrowed by the private sector, by the SMEs, because the interest rates will come down. Because at the moment, interest rates are 18-20%. It's very difficult to do business. But if we bring interest rates to 8%, 6, 7%, more people can borrow, and more people can do business, and we can create more enterprise, and we can grow our economy better. But it has to take some decisions to be made by somebody. For now, it happens to be me. And I will make those decisions. But if you don't, again, I will make those decisions. That is how to change a country. Yeah? Yes. Decisions are what changes countries. If you are unable to make the decisions, nothing will happen. We will continue to be in a circus, friends. Yeah. So that's the power of pulling together what the cooperatives bring people together. The nation comes together behind big programs that then change the destiny of nations. So, Professor, I'm not giving you a lecture on savings. I'm just giving you my personal experience.
Thank you.
As a public servant on how we can do this together. You know. And so the next time when the Vice Chancellor finds time, I can come and give a small lecture. But I want to be very grateful for the time we spent together, and we will see you. But we will also make sure that we do what we want to do to give you the best possible chance to learn.
Thank you, Excellency. Very quickly, we have the class president. Just a quick vote of thanks for His Excellency.
Yes, my friend. I have seen you somewhere.
Yes. We've met during the issue of NFM and everything.
Oh, the new funding model. Yes.
I was the president, now I'm the America's president.
Okay.
We have a new president.
Okay.
He's on the other side of the
Very good.
position.
Very good.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. And we know good things are coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I met this good man, and I just asked the Vice Chancellor here, Professor Kamau, is it?
Yes.
Professor Kamau, whether there is a difference between the old funding model and the new funding model. What did you tell me, Professor?
Yes, I reported to His Excellency that through the new funding model, the university is receiving much more resources than under the old funding model, and even all our debts we have been able to clear, and we do not owe any debts to any institution, KRA, we have paid salaries, we have continued to ensure that all those issues are taken care of. So, sir, we are very delighted with the new funding model.
He also told me that some students still have issues with the bans they've in place. I told him we are working on it to make the means testing instrument much more accurate so that we can eliminate those outliers. right? But this is your Vice Chancellor, you know. Universities could not pay salary under the government. They have debts with care. They have debts with the system. It is the reason why I say we need a new funding model. It is a decision that I had to take because nobody wanted to make that decision because it was difficult and there was going to be noise. I said, let what one we get later, but then he said the universities. Because these universities were going to go under. Already 23 of them have been declared happy. You know, again, somebody has to make those decisions. For now, it happens to be. You know Baba here. You know Baba. Was the member of parliament for this area. So he has a long history with this university. Maybe you can advise these youngsters. Just trash.
But I'm very delighted to hear His Excellency talk to you about the issue of saving. It's what they call the vicious cycle of poverty. It goes like this. I am poor. Because I'm poor, I cannot save. And if I cannot save, therefore I cannot invest. I cannot invest, therefore I cannot develop. Hence I am poor. So the need is to be deliberate action to break the cycle and start saving which you have and then invest. Thank you very much.
That is short and out.
Yes, for that, it's 40,000. Yes, yeah. By the time you get the money, you have spent a big portion of it. Okay.